at DP Summit 2024, our second interview, and Karthik is with me. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining. And Karthik is with CapitalOne.
Yes.
And the broad topic of our conversation is developer productivity at CapitalOne. This is large. This is very broad. And I wonder what is your role in this quest for developer productivity?
Sure. First of all, thank you for having me, Baruch. My name is Karthik Nagesh. I'm an engineering manager at CapitalOne. We work on identity for the company, and we create authentication and verification products. My team works on various fraud defenses, making sure we are providing a safe banking experience for customers. There are various ways we could do developer productivity, right? But first of all, thanks for organizing this. I think Gradle is doing an amazing job in terms of organizing this event really well.
Thank you. This is the primal event for developer productivity engineering folks. If you are not here, you really should be here next year.
Yep. I'm excited. I saw the agenda. There is a lot of learnings and sessions being conducted here. It's an opportunity to showcase what your learnings are in a broader community, and people can learn from each other, So that's what excites me, and I'm looking forward to understand what kind of metrics people can use and to measure the developer experience and productivity. That's something I'm more interested in. So there are various ways we could do developer productivity, and the ways we try to do it is we can measure in terms of build times being reduced, or vulnerabilities being caught early in the development lifecycle, or we could do where we could bring in quality in terms of pull requests, So these are the things. A better example would be let's say take started code analysis itself, right? So if you're going to have them being created during the build time, when the developer is writing the code and then he ships it to his CI/CD tooling, and catching that at that stage is going to cost some time. Instead, giving the developers the right plugins or IDEs, which is integrated with all, providing the necessary documentation, is always going to help them. And the mean time to identify and the mean time to recover is going to be very quick.
Absolutely. Shift left is obviously very important for developer productivity engineering. But, and I think this is one of the things that Hans Doctor, our CEO, mentioned in his keynote. When you're shifting left, you lose this easy centralized control and oversight. Right, so there are people that are now using those tools in different teams, in different locations, working from home, doing some stuff which might or might not eventually pass the governance and the controls of the entire organization. But before it actually get there, they can do all kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So as an engineering manager for a team, how do you balance that? How do you shift left the tools for developers to empower them from one side, but also keep this control that is obviously very important in financial institution like CapitalOne?
Right. So I think this brings the topic of what I'm talking about as well. So we have the problem of we have different external engagements that we work with, where we always have issues integrating with QA environments, So what we did was we wanted to be creative and find an efficient way to handle it. So we broke down the stages of testing into multiple parts, so that we can easily have the option of giving a self-service capability for developers to provision the data and try to have an alternative mocked environment. At the same time, we put the right guardrails in place. For example, doing a contract testing, or doing a mock testing, or integrating with a QA environment is always going to put safety measures in place so that it is done in the right way, and there is full confidence in terms of shipping products to production.
Yep, exactly. So there is some balance to strike here. And you mentioned your talk. What are you going to talk about?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. We are going to try to showcase how we are able to create an environment within our ecosystem itself, and provide the capability for developers to self-service. At the same time, they have the ability to do a lot of scenario-based testing. And as you said, the shift left testing strategy, we also try to implement so that like we are able to catch and identify early in the life cycle and reduce the integration issues for developers, giving a deeper understanding of what they are trying to do. Those are the core critical parts that is going to be in my talk. So yeah, I'm excited.
Excellent, excellent. So if you're here at DP Summit, make sure you don't miss it. If you're not, but the talks are recording, we're going to publish the recording soon enough, and you'll be able to catch up. Karthik, thank you very much for coming.
Once again, thank you for having me.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Looking forward for your talk. I can have the luxury to just go and watch it right here. For you all folks, stay tuned for more episodes of the Builder Version Lab here at DP Summit 2024. We have a lot in stock, great guests, so see you in a bit. Thank you.